Every day, we're faced with situations that test our patience and challenge our inner calm. Whether it's getting stuck in traffic when you're already late, dealing with a coworker's annoying habits, or having your phone die in the middle of an important call. These moments are more than just minor irritations. How we respond to them shapes our day and ultimately, our lives. Today, we're diving into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, philosophy that doesn't just teach us how to endure these moments, but how to thrive in them. Stoicism offers practical tools for transforming daily frustrations into opportunities for personal growth and inner peace. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why these principles have influenced some of the world's greatest minds for centuries, but you'll also gain strategies that you can apply right now to live a more resilient and fulfilling life. So let's begin this journey together, exploring how Stoic wisdom can help us control our reactions, cultivate serenity, and bring about profound personal transformation. If you find this content valuable, please consider subscribing, and be sure to watch the video all the way through to get the full benefit of the transformative insights we're about to explore. Let's get started. 1. Mastering mind control, building resilience through emotional regulation. Everyone experiences anger. It's a natural part of being human. But Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This shift in focus is crucial in transforming our relationship with anger. When something goes wrong, our first instinct might be to react with anger. But what if we paused and reconsidered our reaction? Stoicism encourages us to see these moments as opportunities to practice virtues like patience, understanding, and resilience. By acknowledging anger as a natural emotion, we set the stage for learning how to manage it more effectively. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius emphasize not being swayed by external events, but rather focusing on our internal responses. They taught that our emotions, including anger, stem from our judgments about events, not the events themselves. So when anger arises, it's often because we've attached a particular value or judgment to what's happened. This understanding opens up a powerful opportunity. Whenever we feel anger, we can ask ourselves, what judgment am I making about this situation? Is there another way to view it? This isn't about suppressing or denying your anger. It's about understanding it. By getting to the root of what triggers our anger, we can start to change our responses. For example, if you get cut off in traffic and feel the anger bubbling up, recognize this as a chance to examine why you react this way. Is it the other driver's action, or is it your belief that your journey should be smooth and uninterrupted? Additionally, recognizing our anger helps us empathize with others who struggle with their emotions, deepening our connections and improving our interactions. This empathy is at the heart of Stoic philosophy and can be incredibly liberating once you truly grasp. 2. Transforming offense. Reframing, empathy, and forgiveness for inner peace. Much of our frustration stems from situations or people we can't change, no matter how much we might want to. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, taught that real power lies in recognizing the difference between what we can control and what we can't. We control our thoughts, decisions, and actions. Everything else, like other people's behavior or the weather, is out of our hands. But by focusing on our own reactions and attitudes, we reclaim a tremendous amount of power. Instead of wasting energy on what we can't control, we invest it in what we can influence. Let's make this practical. Imagine you're working on a group project and someone isn't pulling their weight. It's easy to get frustrated, but ask yourself, what part of this situation can I actually control? You can't force your teammate to work harder, but you can control how you respond. Maybe it's a conversation about expectations, or perhaps it's reallocating the work. By shifting your focus like this, you reduce your own stress and open up more constructive ways to address the problem. Another aspect of Stoic philosophy is accepting that some things are beyond our control. This doesn't mean resignation. It means understanding where our power truly lies. It's about not letting external events dictate your peace of mind. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic and getting irritated because you'll be late, pause and think, can I control the traffic? No. But what can I control? My reaction. Maybe you turn on an audiobook, listen to calming music, or use the time to plan your day. Focusing on what you can control builds a stronger, more resilient mindset. Over time, you'll find yourself less shaken by life's ups and downs because you know where your responsibilities lie and where they don't. This isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about channeling your energy productively. 3. Overcoming fear and shame, embracing challenges and self-forgiveness. This is about being fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, without being overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. This aligns beautifully with Stoic teachings, which emphasize awareness of our thoughts and actions, and maintaining control over our reactions to external circumstances. So why practice mindfulness? Because it helps us create a pause between our experiences and our reactions to them. By becoming more mindful, we can choose responses that align with our values and goals, instead of being swept away by emotion. This is particularly useful when dealing with anger or frustration. For example, when someone says something that upsets you, instead of reacting immediately, mindfulness allows you to step back. You notice your emotional surge, but choose to observe it passively without acting on it immediately. This space that mindfulness creates is not just calming, it's empowering. It gives you the chance to choose a response that you won't regret later. How do we incorporate mindfulness into daily life? One simple technique is to focus on your breathing. When you're feeling anxious or angry, take a moment to concentrate on deep, slow breath. This focus pulls your mind away from stress triggers and brings you back to what you can control: breath. Another practical method is mindful observation. Choose an ordinary task like drinking a cup of coffee and focus all your senses on this experience. Notice the aroma, the warmth of the cup, the taste. This practice transforms an ordinary experience into a richer moment. This mindfulness practice trains your brain to apply the same level of awareness to more challenging situations. When anger or frustration arises, you'll be better equipped to handle it with calm and focus. Stoicism also teaches us about the impermanence of our experiences. Nothing lasts forever, not even our emotion. Mindfulness complements this by helping us experience our feelings without judgment. Acknowledge that you're angry, recognize it, but remind yourself that this anger is just a passing state. It's not who you are, and it doesn't control you, unless you let it. 4. Anticipating obstacles, preparing for challenges with Stoic resilience. The concept that everything changes and nothing lasts forever is a universal truth that can help us navigate life's ups and downs with more grace and less frustration. It's about understanding that our circumstances, emotions, and even our thoughts are constantly in flux, and learning to embrace this change rather than resisting it. Consider how often we get upset because things didn't go as planned. It might be a job promotion that didn't come through, a relationship that ended unexpectedly, or a sudden change in our health. Our first reaction might be to resist these changes, get angry or sad. But Stoicism invites us to look at these situations through the lens of impermanence. When we truly grasp that nothing is permanent, we start to realize that our anger or disappointment is also temporary. This doesn't diminish the importance of our feelings, but gives us a more balanced perspective on them. Embracing impermanence allows us to live more in the present and worry less about the past or future. If you know that everything is temporary, you begin to appreciate your experiences and the people around you more deeply. You don't take things for granted because you're aware that circumstances can change at any moment. This awareness can be incredibly freeing. It reduces the sting of negative events and enhances the joy of positive ones. So how do we practice accepting impermanence in daily life? Start by reflecting on the transient nature of your surroundings and experiences. Watch how the seasons change, observe how your feelings shift throughout the day, or notice how your relationships evolve over time. These observations can remind us that change is the only constant. Another way to integrate this into your life is by adjusting how you respond to disruptions or unexpected changes. Instead of reacting with frustration when something doesn't go your way, take a moment to acknowledge that this change is part of a bigger flow of life. It's an opportunity to adapt and grow. Think about how this can be applied practically. If you lose your job or face a setback, rather than dwelling on the loss, see it as a chance to reassess and redirect your efforts. This mindset shift can make a significant difference in how you handle life's challenges. Embracing impermanence with Stoic wisdom empowers us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with a steadier heart and a more resilient spirit. 5. Practicing forgiveness and self-control. Stoic wisdom for emotional mastery. Forgiveness in the Stoic sense is not about condoning wrongdoings or forgetting the harm done. It's about freeing ourselves from the emotional burden of carrying grudges. Forgiveness requires self-awareness and control over one's emotion, qualities Stoics strive to develop. It involves recognizing that our anger and hurt, while natural and valid responses to perceived injustices, are ultimately within our control. Consider the power that comes from deciding not to allow someone else's actions to dictate your emotional state. When we forgive, we regain control over our emotional well-being. We no longer allow past wrongs to consume our present peace. This aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and reactions, while letting go of what we can't, others' actions and the past. Self-control is another core Stoic virtue. It's about mastering your emotions and desires, rather than letting them master you. Think about the small irritations you encounter daily. A rude driver, a long line at the grocery store, or a snarky comment from a coworker. These are all opportunities to practice self-control. Instead of reacting impulsively with anger or frustration, pause. Take a deep breath and choose your response consciously. This isn't about suppressing your emotions, but about managing them in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals. Forgiveness and self-control are intertwined. By practicing self-control, we create the mental space needed to forgive. And by forgiving, we reinforce our self-control. Freeing ourselves from the emotional upheaval comes with holding on to grudges. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, but recognizing that holding on to anger only harms you. Imagine someone has wronged you. Instead of dwelling on how unfair or hurtful their actions were, ask yourself, how can I let this go? What can I learn from this? How can I respond in a way that aligns with the person I want to be? These questions shift your focus from the other person's actions to your own growth and well-being, which is where your true power lies. 6. Building resilience, embracing challenges and delaying gratification. Stoicism teaches us that life will throw challenges our way. This is a given. But instead of fearing or avoiding these challenges, we can see them as opportunities for growth. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger, wiser, or more compassionate? This mindset shift is powerful because it transforms obstacles into opportunities. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone to greater resilience and self-mastery. Building resilience also involves delaying gratification. In a world where instant results and immediate satisfaction are often prioritized, the Stoic principle of patience stands in stark contrast. The ability to wait, to persevere in the face of adversity, and to work towards long-term goals, even when it's tough, is a hallmark of a resilient person. By focusing on what truly matters in the long run and resisting the temptation for immediate rewards, we build the strength needed to handle life's ups and downs. Consider how this applies to your daily life. Maybe it's sticking to a workout routine, even when you don't feel like it, or saving money instead of spending it on impulse buy. These small acts of self-discipline build up over time, creating a foundation of resilience that will serve you in bigger challenges. Another aspect of building resilience is how we perceive failure. Stoicism teaches us to see failure not as a defeat, but as a natural part of the learning process. When you fail at something, it's easy to get discouraged. But the Stoics would encourage you to see failure as feedback, a way to understand what didn't work so you can improve next time. This perspective allows you to bounce back more quickly and with less emotional turmoil. It's not about avoiding failure, but about using it as a tool for growth. 7. Practicing forgiveness and self-control. Stoic wisdom for emotional mastery. Finally, let's talk about living according to nature, core Stoic principle. This means aligning our lives with the natural world and our true nature as rational beings. It's about living authentically, simply, and with gratitude. In practical terms, this might mean simplifying your life, focusing on what truly matters, and cultivating a sense of gratitude for the present moment. Stoics believe that living according to nature helps us achieve a state of inner peace and contentment, regardless of external circumstance. Living simply doesn't mean depriving yourself, but rather eliminating the unnecessary clutter, both physical and mental, that distracts you from what's truly important. It's about being content with what you have and not constantly striving for more. This simplicity brings clarity and allows you to focus on your values and the people you care about. Gratitude is another essential aspect of this principle. The Stoics practiced gratitude daily, recognizing the many blessings in their lives. They believe that by focusing on what we're grateful for, we can cultivate a sense of contentment and reduce feelings of dissatisfaction or envy. Consider incorporating a gratitude practice into your daily routine. Each day, take a moment to reflect on something you're grateful for. This simple practice can shift your mindset and help you appreciate the present moment more fully. Living according to nature also means being true to yourself, honoring your values, acting with integrity, and embracing your unique path in life. When you live authentically, you're more likely to experience a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. You're not living to meet others' expectations, but to fulfill your own potential. So, as we wrap up, remember that Stoicism offers us powerful tools for living a resilient and fulfilling life. By mastering our emotions, embracing challenges, and living authentically, we can transform daily frustrations into opportunities for growth and inner peace. Thank you for joining me on this journey into Stoic wisdom. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. And remember, the true power lies not in what happens to us, but in how we choose to respond.